Hey there, how's it going? I don't really know what I'm doing ever. Really don't even know why I even make the content I do. I just kind of get an idea. I see things, and then you think to yourself, that'd be fun to do, and then you do it, and then you enjoy the maybe payoff or whatever. You just do it. It's fun. That's all you need to know. Anyway, it's been a minute since I've really kind of like sat down and like talked to anybody or anything about, just with my thoughts. I guess you could call this some form of internalization or just talking aloud or trying to process your emotions. I don't know what it is. I don't really care. All I know is that I'm talking into a void. And that's not a bad thing, right? Nah. Why would it be? I mean, people do it all the time on this freaking platform. Sitting there and you're just like, oh, shoot. Lately, I've been feeling the weight of everything, Uh, life, decisions, gotta be on my feet 24/7 and like best game. And I'm reaching this point now where, slowing down does sound nice. Slowing down really does. Um, I guess you could say I have slowed down. Left college, didn't finish. In fact, I just kind of did whatever. I did pursue something great. I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in. But my God, does real world troubles and turmoils really wear you the hell down? I mean, seriously. They don't really tell you. They just, you're thrown in. You're just plopped right down and you take it up the ass just over and over. Like, you don't expect it to be as hard as it is. And it is really hard. I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in, like I've said. Very lucky to have the people around me that I do have. And overall, I think I'm just very fortunate, but shit, it doesn't matter if you're on any side of the spectrum, you're feeling some form of stress, pull, poke, stab, the whole 9 yards. It doesn't matter. And looking into a lot of life, it turns out it kind of sucks. And that's all right. I've kind of like come to notice that I really, really don't care. That's part of the journey, the traveling. We get from point A to point B. I mean, I do that all the time in my fucking games. We go from point A to point B. We get the goodies at the end. We try our best to get the objective, and then we realize we're low level, and then we gotta go to that next point A to point B, and it's this nice cycle. And when does it end? Like sometimes I think to myself, man, it'd be great to just like be a caveman or a lumber dude out in the middle of nowhere, building a cabin and just living on the land, which I see a lot of people doing nowadays. That's surprise, surprise, huh? Pandemic, crazy shit happens, and we're all just living out in the woods now, which is no big deal. To each their own. I don't care, whatever. But back to me, I feel like you do all these things. You find yourself doing all the correct things and doing all the right things, finding the correct paths, and you still somehow end up on the bottom. Not necessarily bottom, but it just doesn't make out to what you want it to make it out to, and that sucks. But it's a bit of a bit. You just kind of take it and you're just like, yeah, that sucks. Maybe next time it'll be better, and that's what we keep holding on to. I guess I needed to tell myself this in this little video. Wow. Anyway, it sucks. And that's okay. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. We lately, work's been tough and very slim. I work as a freelancer of sorts for all of those concerts that you guys like to go see, all of the staging, all the music you hear. You know, when you go to a big production, that's the stuff I do. You know, you rig, you put up speakers, you put up anything over the moon to get a stadium going. You do it, and you know, lately I work for different companies, and you know, you struggle to get work sometimes. I mean, we are part of the down season, which is the winter, and again, fortunate, but it's not easy. Everything you do is there's consequences, and there's something that goes along with it, and it blows, like really blows. You just hope and pray that it goes smooth, and it sometimes it never does. But you know, sometimes you need to just sit down and have a talk to yourself into the void, and that's what this is. It's more of a get myself back up on my feet mentally, while also maybe throwing 2 cents to the wind and seeing if anybody else needs a little bit of a pep talk. Because yes, it sucks, and that's okay. That's okay. We're all part of this sinking ship, and I just want you to know that I'm there with you. I'm sure there's another guy in there with you. Probably another guy there too. Woman, whatever. Whole spew of human beings and probably animals and that are just struggling to get by. And I wish it was easier, but man, it just ain't. And that's okay. I think being okay with that is a lot more, you know, part of the battle. Like a bad breakup. You just gotta be okay with it. Sometimes things just don't fall into place. Again, easier said than done, right? But it's the truth. Things don't fall into place, and that's just what happens. I mean, what do you expect? We go about our day expecting things to work out and play out into the way we want it to, and it's not going to work. But that's just what happens. You didn't mean to get into that fight with your significant other. It just happens. You didn't mean to get in an accident in the road that came out of nowhere. And, you know, maybe you weren't paying attention. Maybe they weren't paying attention. Maybe you should have said this or done that. But, you know, you can't always see 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 20, 100 steps in front of you. And that's just the way it is. And I'm noticing that a lot of people want you to. Companies, people. Just this negative aura of just wanting you to be always 100% all of the time. And it's just not freaking possible. It sucks. It sucks that people think that way. And honestly, I think we need to get away from that. Although some people could make the argument that that's the only way things get done and done correctly, which there could be an argument made for that. But like, can I at least have a down day? Just a day where we're all just you know, kumbaya and just, yeah, this is it, you know, one life, you know. And I'm finding that I am having trouble forcing myself to exist every freaking day. That's okay. I think that's okay. I think it takes you off the ledge, and it takes you off if you just keep saying it's okay. And I know some people will be, they have it worse, and there are things that you just can't say it's okay to, but it'll pass. It always passes, and man, does it sometimes take forever. Mending a broken heart isn't easy. Mending, you know, a failed career isn't easy. Mending relationships with people is never easy. Making efforts, putting that nail into that board, that's just going to be tomorrow's project. And that's okay. It's okay. Things don't always work out. And I'm making this video to tell myself that, and I'm throwing it for some reason into the void. And I'm hoping whoever listening, you have a good day. And you feel better. I'm there with you if you're suffering, and I understand it. It's going to be okay. And just remember that things don't always turn out to be the way you want it. Not everybody's your Prince Charming, and not everybody is going to be agreeing with you, and not everything's going to turn out the right way. No, and your job might fail, your car might fail, your computer might shut off and never turn back on, and you're just going to have to work that out. And that's just part of the game. Not really game, but just part of life, I guess. Just part of the way it is. And if as long as you keep a cool head and you realize that, it gets a lot easier. It really does. You don't realize it when you're young, you know. You're just too focused on what's happening in the moment. But there really is a moment or time that comes where you just kind of say, man, it is what it is. That's all we can do is just hope that it gets better. I'm going to try to make it better. And hope this video made you feel a little something. Anyway, that's all for now. Bye.